Bonnet is shaken up. Slade still, Black Sleeves. Bang there, Rachel Blackmore sitting quietly. Firefox is on the move. See the red cap for Jack Kennedy. Then Asian Master and Mystical Power. 2 out. Tully Hill just ahead from Tell Her the Name. Firefox beginning to breeze into it, ghosting into it in behind. Slade still, Asian Master still bang there on the outer, circling them as they sweep for home. A quarter mile to go. One flight to jump in the Supreme. Tully Hill, grey head bowed low, but here's Slade still coming alongside. Mystical Power on the left is giving chase with Mr. Gift, then Tell Her the Name and Firefox, and down to the last it's Slade still who's moved on. Tully Hill drops away. Mystical Power is the final challenger, and now he surges to the front. Halfway up the run-in, Slade Steel is battling back gamely under pressure and wrests back the advantage. And Slade Steel, gold-plated, wins the Skybet Supreme. Blackmore punches the air. Mystical Power in second. Firefox was third. Then Asian Master and Mr. Giff.
What were you thinking when he was headed, Henry?
I thought, I hoped he'd battle back, because he just jumped the last a little bit slow, I thought, and hoped we might battle back, you know, and he can be that quite idle in front. So, look, delighted for the Atchisons. It's brilliant, and to kick the week off with a winner is amazing. Like, yeah, just brilliant.
That must be a tremendous settler for the rest of the festival, going in the first race.
Oh, sure, it's what every jockey wants to happen if they're riding in the first to get that done. And I knew I had a really good chance coming into the race, and yeah, you're just delighted it's happened. And he's a really, really tough horse. I think he's a massive future. He battled back really well after the line, and yeah, you know, I think he won with a little bit as well. So yeah, it was a really good performance.
And now up into second, Founder 50 beginning to bear down on the leader. Gaelic Warrior, although relegated to third, is still waiting in the wings, it would seem. Townend sitting quietly as they begin the swing back towards home. They've got 2 left to jump in the My Pension Expert Arkle Challenge Trophy. And Founder 50, the red cap, has come cruising alongside Matata, with Gaelic Warrior in the slipstream of the leading pair. Master Chewy Maroon Jacket in fourth has latched on. Here's the second last. Founder 50 jumps to the front. Gaelic Warrior on the left moves up to challenge Master Chewy, a faller, hampered JPR1, and Gaelic Warrior goes on at the last. Spring Heel came up over 2 lengths clear from Founder 50. Il Eteton has run on into third, but Gaelic Warrior is forging clear, and after 2 seconds, it's going to be third time lucky at the festival. Gaelic Warrior wins the Arkle. Mullins and Townend strike. Founder 50 is in second, Il Eteton third. Matata kept going well in fourth ahead of owner mate Hunter's Yarn.
I assume you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't. I saw them come up the hill. No, but
it was all over then.
Yeah, Joe said he kept them nice and cool. Didn't jump as right as he can. Hood seemed to have helped. And I haven't seen it yet. Was he good?
He was very, very, very good indeed. He didn't really miss a beat at all. He was just wonderful at every stage, and Paul rode him with great confidence.
Yeah, Joe said that Paul, it's the best he's seen Paul ride a horse in a while. That's not that he's not running all the time, but just that he's a tricky ride.
Yes, right.
Just a lot of his skill and all that stuff came up, and it was great to see. Well, I didn't see it, but it was great. It was great to hear, and we're delighted to have one. The week's fine now. We've got our winner, so yeah, great.
And do you think the hood has actually helped him to jump straight, or is it the position that you were able to hold in the race?
It definitely didn't harm him anyway. I just thought it pacified him a little bit better at home. But maybe he's just growing up, and you know, he jumped straight at home and he jumped straight today. So you know, I didn't have to get in a row with him with the hood, so I think that helped.
Offer in the blue and red is making progress, and then Shambar 3 out. Chianti Classico took over there from Highland Hunter. Twig, Famous Bridge, still Meeting of the Waters is getting closer, and the Goffer covers his move, and they are moving menacingly on the heels of the leaders as they begin the swing back towards home. They've got 2 left to jump in the Ultima. Chianti Classico, Twig, Meeting of the Waters, the white cap, the Goffer in the blue and red. Famous Bridge is hanging on in there in fifth, but this group of 5 are clear as they face the second last. Nose-bounded Chianti Classico, Twig. Here's Meeting of the Waters on the left. Then Famous Bridge over in fourth. The Goffer can't muster anymore. Chianti Classico, game in front at the final fence. Jumps it well. Overball, pitched on landing, landed 4 lengths ahead though. Twig is chasing, meeting of the waters now, 1 pace back in third. Chianti Classico getting a bit lonely halfway up the running, but he's grinding this out for Kim Bailey. Chianti Classico and David Bath full bore, and the drinks are on Chianti Classico. He wins the Ultima over Twig and meeting of the waters, clear of Famous Bridge, then the Goffer. We've all been caught, Kitty's Light and Shambar the last to finish.
Tell us about the professional partnership that you have with David Bath.
Well, I'm not sure it's that special. We've been trying to get rid of him for ages. We've got nothing in common.
Is that true?
Well, I don't think so. I'm not a vegan anyway. But
it
no,
works though, clearly.
It works very well. He's been a huge supporter of the RFA. He's been together for 11 years now, so he's a do-or-die pilot. I just thought he's quite reserved today, so yeah, no, brilliant.
Tell us something about your professional relationship with Kim Bailey, because when I was asking him about it, he said, we've got nothing in common. Is that true?
Yeah, one of the owners said to me on the way in, said that I love a toff. Yeah, I would say there's probably a lot of differences between me and lots of people that I work with and work for, but we put them to one side, and somehow between Kim and the rest of the team and Matt, the assistant, we try and get it right for the big days. And although we've been quiet numbers-wise this season, it's been really frustrating. You know, First Flow won and Does He Know won a big handicap, and we just I've never lost faith in the team to get a good horse ready for the big day.
Cap ahead of Zarek the Brave and Colonel Mustard, and they're still very well grouped, and here's the second last. Nemean Line joined by Irish Point. State Man though, hard on their heels as they begin the swing for home. Then Lucia, not so sleepy, as weakened away. Zarek the Brave has been bustled up in behind. Irish Point and Nemean Line, but here goes State Man now, ghosting into it away to the left, and Townend has yet to twitch, and State Man comes right alongside Irish Point. Zarek the Brave is running on in behind with Lucia, as Nemean Lion backs out of it. The final flight, State Man by a whisker. Irish Point though, with stamina assured, is game. Now Townend shakes up State Man. He goes a length clear. Irish Point fighting on bravely. State Man with Constitution Hill absent. State Man has his day in the sun and wins the Unibet Champion Hurdle. Irish Point second, Lucia third, tight fourth, Zarek the Brave and Colonel Mustard.
First, number 6.
The thing about State Man, though, is that he does find a way to win, bar when he ran into Constitution Hill. Yeah. He is so reliable and so straightforward.
He turns up. He is a hardy horse. You know, there's very ever anything wrong with him, and that's worth anything. You know, we've so many good horses at home who are fragile. You know, when you look at Verney Hollow and then Energamine went out. The amount of horses, they're like footballers, they're on the injury list, but when you get this fellow, you know, if he was playing football, I'd say he'd be playing in every match in the Premiership every Sunday, and he'd be scoring goals too. So
he'd be the linchpin of your team.
Behind this Hispanic Moon on the left is Langtree Lady. Further back to You Wear It Well. They're coming round the home turn. Tell Me Something Girl is the one to get past. Love on Vor in second. Between them, here comes Lossiemouth. Then Langtree Lady and Hispanic Moon. They're heading towards the last flight of hurdles. Lossiemouth slowly coming through. Takes it up now as they approach the last. Lossiemouth at the last, got over it well, landed with 2 lengths, make it 3. Tell Me Something Girl, Hispanic Moon behind her, but in the closing stages, a second Festival victory. Lossiemouth and Paul Townend have won the Close Brothers. Second place to Tell Me Something Girl. Hispanic Moon just, I think, in front of Langtree Lady. Love Envoy behind those, and then Gala Marceau.
A double on the first day of the Cheltenham Festival for Rich Ritchie with Gaelic Warrior, now with Lossiemouth. This was the horse, I think, that your entire festival revolved around.
Yeah, certainly our best chance of the week. And I haven't seen it yet, but from what I heard, and people slapped me on the back, she did it very well. So, you know, it's great. It's she's a fine mare, really fine mare.
You just said to me that Lossiemouth is just as much pressure, if not slightly more, than State Man?
Probably not more, but as much anyway. She was a big bullet to fire today. They're all at pressure rides, to be honest. And yeah, I suppose, you know, she was a fancy of a lot of people here. Talking when they thought she couldn't be beaten, and unfortunately we know as well as anyone they can. So it's nice to get it done, yeah.
Got a chance. Nara's there. Miss Manzor is behind this. But it's now Lark in the Morning who's gone into a 2 or 3 length lead. Eagles Reign, the Derby, second and third. Harsh, Miss Manzor behind those. Final Flight in the Boodles. And Lark in the Morning got over it by 2 lengths. The Derby, the Dark Jacket in second. Eagles Reign, the white colours in third place. But as they run towards the line now, it's Lark in the Morning and JJ Slevin clear and go on to win. Second is going to be very close indeed. In white, Eagles Reign, the Derby, the Dark Jacket. They're clear from Harsh, Miss Manzor, and then Melantino.
Obviously, he kind of got stuck in the ground at home all winter, and probably didn't perform to his best. So we were worried coming here, and I got a spin around on Colonel Mustard earlier, and just after that, I thought it wasn't as bad as probably had walked. So Cheltenham, we had to kind of let him take his chance if we could at all.
Yeah, so that gave you some encouragement to go.
It did, because Colin Mustard is probably a nice ground horse, and he ran very adequately, finished 5th, so he coped with it. So we were more than happy to take a chance then.
Corbetts Cross on the left then, Embassy Gardens, Apple away and the gold in the centre. Corbetts Cross comes to the second last to take it up. Embassy Gardens on the left didn't jump it too well, and it's Corbetts Cross, final fence. Corbetts Cross, this year it's a good leap at the final fence. He's got over it 5, 6, 7 lengths ahead. Embassy Gardens has taken second. Then comes the long-time leader, Mr. Vango, but it's a question of how far for Corbetts Cross and Derek O'Connor, who win the Maureen Mullins National Hunt Challenge Cup by a very wide margin. Embassy Gardens in second, Mr. Vango in third place, Kilbeg King and Apple away the next pair.
It was a super performance. Emmett has done a wonderful job. He has prepared them to perfection. We had a mishap in Fairyhouse, yes, and I had to take the blame. I made a decision during the race to go into a gap that closed on me, and we had a mishap. So it was a bad preparation, and it was my fault. But Emmett has recouped everything, and he's turned him out here in great shape. Yeah.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.